All right, let's hop into our first game on this brand new account. And we're going to be doing 10-15 just to make sure we have enough time. All right. I am liking the London system right now. I don't even know what my opponent's rating is. Settings. Where's the focus mode? Okay. So right now, my main focus is just not blundering, because I found that if you don't blunder, like your rating, chess.com rates you at like 1800, like simply just from not blundering. And so that's kind of our goal, is just don't blunder. So they're going for delaying this move, so I think I'm supposed to strike out with c4. The knight to f6. If they go here, if they go to b4, I have simple defensive knight to a3. Sure, I'll add friend. We're going to be adding everyone. That's kind of bold. Like, what's the worst that can happen? If I take with the bishop, they could push this pawn or this pawn, and then I can just drop back. If I take with the knight, they push this pawn, that leaves this pawn hanging. If they push this pawn, I can still kind of drop back too. And you generally want to take with the piece that has less value, so I mean, we do win a tempo on the queen if we take with the bishop. This is tough. Yeah, if I take with the knight, this opens up the queen to here, and then if, like, so if they push this pawn, that comes with a check. If they push this pawn, they can't take the knight because the queen is pinning the pawn to the rook. So with that in mind, I'll take with the knight. All right, and like we said, this comes with the tempo, so they don't have a way to block. Well, they could drop the bishop back. So maybe I just take the free pawn here, target the queen. Oh, that's not a free pawn. Wow, that's defended, bro. So if I drop back here and they push this pawn, no. Drop back here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna retreat. Play it cowardly. Just go up a pawn. Okay, and like we said, we have A3 as a defensive move. Just trying to see if we have any other options. I think A3 is fine for now. If I take, he can take, or he can take. Wow. Yeah. There. Necessarily. Okay, he took for us. That's great news. So this lets us get our bishop into the game. Let's make sure we're not blundering anything, because if he goes queen here, or bishop here, we can take. If he goes bishop here, we can just fall back. So yeah, I don't see a blunder. So let's go ahead and pick up the pawn. Oh man, I have this tactic here. But he can just fall back? Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, I think now's a good time to castle. We do also have this, which can kind of fork him. That's worth a consideration. He can stop that with that. So yeah, we'll just castle. That way we don't have to worry about any, you know, annoying little checks or anything. He could have also kind of stopped it with that, and after take, you know, there's like queen stuff. I like this idea, targeting this pawn. Well, we're up a pawn, which is like being up a couple points in a jiu-jitsu match. So all we gotta do is hold our advantage. Okay, so just a blatant knight targeting the bishop. One move threat. Not that scary. Yeah, if I check, he can move up. Yeah, and same goes for if I check, he can move up, and then the queen defends the knight. I'm terrible at drawing arrows. I don't get to do it very often. We are up a pawn, so maybe it's a good idea to move the bishop here and try and entice a trade. And if he doesn't take the trade and we do, like, that's good for us because we're getting rid of a center pawn. I don't hate that idea. He's like super undeveloped, so getting his one developed piece off the table, one of two developed pieces off the table also seems kind of nice. So what if it goes here? We've got that square guarded, so we're not really worried about any knight moves. So yeah, let's go here. Okay. What's more valuable there? So if I take here, this move is still covered. Yeah, I'm not really worried about this knight on the rim. Like, we've got this square covered. If he trades, we take, and we've still got this square covered. So I'm not sure, outside of, like, doubling our pawns, where he's going with that. So is he trying to castle long? Now that he's weakened our queen side up with that bishop take move? He can't go here. He could go here after we trade. I mean, my bishop's still staring pretty there. Bring the rooks to the open files. Like, I think we have a pretty good attack. And then, so I kind of like starting with this move. Just covering this square. Knight out, or rook out, rook out. We put pressure on this pawn, so I have like knight here to kind of win the pawn, so it's not super committal. And if he castles, if we can somehow deflect the queen from guarding this square, we have mate. This knight can't go here, so its only move is here. So this knight is like super struggling for development. And then these pawns being stacked on this file that my bishop is like keeping them is like a permanent weakness. So, up a pawn, better development. Like, we have one bad pawn, they have, like, two bad pawns. These are also isolated, too, so there's, like, no pawns here. Okay, so he did castle. Great. How do we get him to move this queen? I mean, depending on his level, this move might entice him to go, oh, free pawn. But you don't want to rely on people blundering. So I think a simple knight move. And then we can think about bringing our bishops out. Or, I keep calling them bishops, rooks. Keep blah, 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 words. It's like, where can he go? Like, these squares don't really improve. Like, this knight is only got this. Actually, now bringing the knight out makes more sense. But, like, we always can come back and then reroute. Okay. Now he's fully developed, castled. We're officially in the middle game. I mean, I like bringing this rook out first. Like, having this battery lined up on the king is just, like, permanently gonna debilitate him. And if he, like, moves over, like, we'll line this one up in front. You still got, you know, this pin here, so... Okay, there's no threat here yet. I mean, he can come here, but a simple pawn move covers both of those. So I'm not too worried about that right now. We can even just, like, play this prophylactically to, like, prevent him from ever coming to that square. Rook's on mostly open files. Seems like a good strategy. If I take, he takes, I take. Okay, that, you know, like, that supports this move, but I'd still have this. I still have this if I really want it. I even have knight back, but that lets him advance his pawns. What about queen here? This targets the knight. He goes here. Yeah, I don't see that move going really anywhere. If I go here, he takes with the knight, I take with the knight. He takes, I take. Actually, what if I go here for a check? He would just go here. Huh. Yeah, I think we'll make a Luft. Just keep our king safe. We do gotta watch our time. Okay. So he finally moves. Yeah, outside of like our bishop. And now this pawn is hanging, so he's got to push it. And if he pushes it, I think we will trade the bishop. Okay, that's an interesting move. Huh. Now I can force queens off the table, but only being 2 pawns up. So I go here. He goes here. I go here. He goes here. I could like do that and then move the rook up. What if I go here, he goes here? I mean, then I could just drop back. Yeah. Okay. Kind of talked myself into it. If he moves this knight, I have this fork. So let's induce that knight move. Okay. That's not a big concern. That's not a big concern. That's not a big concern. Alright, so we'll do check. And, yep, has to go there. Makes sense. We'll take here. And then... let's see. I mean... yeah, that square's guarded, so... this cuts off, like, every knight move. And then if he moves this knight is hanging. But this knight has no squares to go to. You know, I didn't see that move for some reason. Okay, so if I go here, he can't go here. He could go here. Yeah, I think this is the best square, because then eventually I can, like, move this pawn up. And this prevents him from getting this pawn off this line, so this rook is almost never attacking this bishop. We have potential rerouting ideas. So we can like go and then pick up one of these pawns. If I go here, he goes there. Which I'm not too worried about. So if he goes there, well, I'm right here. Like that's not a big deal. I go here. Yeah, okay. I could have fucking... Oh no, this horse was guarding that, that's why. Okay, just kind of boxing himself into a corner here. And yeah, let's just like pick up free pawns. Simplify the game. And if he moves over to defend, we're just gonna like ship this pawn. So he can go here or here. He can also try like moving the knight. Okay. That makes sense. He's coordinated these knights with these pawns really well. I'm like, oh man, free pawn, and then it's like, oh, nope, never mind. What if I go here? Like, this pawn is like super protected. And then he'll go like here to stop the promotion. And I can move up. And then he's got a... Okay. Let's see. If I go here, he can go here. So not a lot to that move. Horse can move here or here. Neither of those are very threatening. I guess he's also got this move, but like that walks into a fork. Or I just take with that. All right, let's go check. So I guess this would be the most annoying move. But then we can pin. Yeah, we're definitely pinning a rook. Because, like, now, even if he comes here, we're going to come with check, and then we can pick up the knight. If he goes here, we're just going to go up and exchange. Win these pawns, win the game. Okay, check. Okay. Check. Queen me. And then... All right, let's go over the game review.
Nice eye. You found a tactic to grow your lead into a win.
3 misses. And it says I played like an 1100. 4 inaccuracies. Okay.
Establishing center control with your pawn and opening up a standard. Developing your knight. Knight c. Developing. They bring out your bishop. This move attacks your opponent's pawn chain.
I don't see how that drops that many points. I think, like, this is a typical, like, Queen's Gambit style pawn, so I don't see how...
This move left their pawn hanging.
Yeah. And then, what did it say I should take back with?
You missed a better way to capture a free pawn.
Gotcha.
That pawn was free for the taking.
Okay.
This move left their pawn hanging.
I don't think it was that big of a deal.
You missed a better way. The game was fairly balanced. For sure you had to move away from the threat. They are threatening to win material through a fork. You prevented your opponent from being able to win material through a fork.
So it wanted me to go knight, take the bishop, and then I've got, like, this monster move. Let's see. Yeah, bro, I don't know how anyone would see that.
They are threatening to win material through a fork. You prevented your opponent from being able to win material through a fork.
I hope it's not too loud for you guys.
They exchange pieces of equal value. Good recapture choice, bringing a new piece. Their best option was to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. Castling protects your king and activates your rook. That's playable.
So because I'm never playing this move for, well, at least for a long time, like, I'm going to constantly be getting considered doing the less good move.
That is a great square for your bishop, giving it more scope. This is a fair trade. That was an even swap of material. Their queen moves into the game. You exchange a clear recap. You had a chance to play something better. Their better move was to develop a knight and attack this. This move doesn't hurt you much, but it doesn't help either. This move protects their pawn. You are threatening to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-up trades.
So it's saying I should have went ahead and taken the pawn, because at like worst we get a queen trade and they evade the check, and then we're just up another pawn. So that's going to be the misses coming up.
You are now able to capture a pawn. You had an opportunity to capture a pawn, and you get a chance to capture a pawn, and you missed an opportunity to capture. Your opponent reinforced the defense of their. Good job, that's what I would have played. You are now able to eventually win material. You captured a free pawn. Recaptures. A logical cap. You are now able to win material. You missed a chance to win material, but you're still in a winning position.
Yeah, I should have seen that. I was looking at this pawn, and I was like, oh, it's defended by the knight.
This move puts their knight on a safer square. Nice fork, you'll be winning material.
It still wanted me to take that pawn over the fork? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I guess this attacks this as well, and it's only got one safe square, and then that comes with... Okay, that makes sense to me now.
They move their king out of the check from your knight. You captured a straightforward recapture. This is a fine move. Their knight now occupies a good thinking. This move puts your bishop into a stronger, more active position. They took your pawn for free. A good choice to move your threatened rook.
Yeah, it was between b2 and b4. I went with b4 because I had plans on this. Going here would have given us, different rerouting opportunities, but...
They played one of the best moves here. Nice, definitely the right move. They made one of the top moves, recapturing. They've improved the positioning of their... Rook activity here is more important than material.
Oh, because my bishop guards that square. They'd have to go there. One of those squares. Interesting. Okay.
Their best option was to take an outpost with a knight. You are now able to take an open file with a rook. A great way to control the open file with your rook. They kick your rook with a pawn. This is the way to win material. Their king steps away. This move is okay, but not what I would have played.
I mean, rooks on the 7th are definitely like the way to go. And then if the king moves here, we have check or something. I don't know. I was just like, let me target these pawns, make this rook babysit, so it's technically like out of the game.
Their move defends a pawn. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. They've improved the positioning of their knight.
I wonder if there was a tactic here where they like take and then the pawn takes and they have to move the rook and then I can like... Nah, that seems loose.
This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. You are now able to win a knight. This is the way to win a knight. They defended their knight, which was under attack. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. You get a chance to eventually win a knight. This move will win a knight with correct play. You are now able to win a rook by pinning a piece to the king. You will win a rook using the pin to the king, creating a pawn chain. You're still on the road to checkmate. You are now able to checkmate the king.
I mean, at this point, it was just like elementary.
You had an opportunity to checkmate the king.
Oh, that was checkmate? Bro. I need to... That's one thing I definitely need to work on is finding my mates immediately. I mean, I don't think, what I did was ever going wrong, and I like playing it safe, but like...
That was the only move. You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check by your queen.
I'm sure there's another...
You continue the checkmate attack.
That I missed. That makes more sense, because there, and then they go like there, and then immediate mate, but...
That was the only move. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. They played this. You did it. Nice checkmate.
Yeah. When it comes to mate, I just like to be as safe as possible. I don't go for the quickest mates, which is definitely something I plan on working on in the future. But appreciate you guys joining me, and I'll see you the next time.